Oceanicod, Galele Jigedo Kohig, Wade Blevins Dawadon, Jalagante no Unole Dawadon, Kohig, or Hia, Jalagina Gine, RSU TV, G Gananu Go Gon, Nigatu Sine, Jalagia de Lo Costa Gale. Welcome. This is Cherokee 4 here on RSU TV. I'm really happy to be here today. My name is Wade Blevins, and I'm your instructor. Not really instructor, but I'm presenting the information to you. Okay, so I believe that today is our 14th Cherokee lesson. So we're doing all right. We're working on those pesky classifying verbs, right? Which are really hard, I think, for non-Cherokee speakers to kind of wrap their head around, because there are 5 different classifications of words. It's either alive, or it's liquid, or it's long and rigid, or it's flexible and floppy, or it's of neutral shape. So these are the 5 classifications of verbs. And some verbs change in all 5 instances. Some do not. And some get a little confusing. Even myself, in speaking with fluent speakers and stuff, there are varying opinions about certain verbs, on how to say certain things, but we'll do the best that we can to kind of hit a middle of the road somehow. Different communities have different ways of speaking, different usages of words. For example, I just like here in Oklahoma, to say like I like something, agilankt is how we say I like it. But the Eastern Band, to them, that's more like I really love it, like I'm crazy for it, And so they use a word like agiela, which to me is like I prefer that I prefer it. It's talking about a preference. And so different communities develop their own again, preferences for certain words and certain ways of saying things. And then over the generations, it just becomes kind of solidified into dialect difference. So we'll try to hit the middle of the road as best we can. And where possible, I will try and make you aware of those differences or other ways of saying things. But hopefully you'll at least be understood. All right, so come. All right. So if you will remember, we had put together kind of like this little paragraph that talked about, in case of emergency, these are the things that you should have. And then we took that same paragraph and we changed it to say, there's an emergency and I have these things. Today, what I would like to do for our reading practice is we're going to look at how to say it in the present tense, which means, I have it now, and in the past tense, I had it, okay? So we'll look at it side by side, or we'll look at it slide by slide, and we'll change it to the past tense. So these sentences are fairly easy to change into the past. Some of them get more complicated than others. So let's go ahead and we will read together. So I will read it slowly. I'll try to go as slow as I can, okay? So this first one, go hushti nuk teno hun yinuls tani hi a jutalened julsked doggy ha. Okay, so when something unexpected happens, or something unexpected is happening, if something unexpected happens, these various important things I have. Okay, so if something unexpected happens, I have these important things. Go husti nuk tenohan yinulstan hia judelena julsked doggy ha. Okay, here's the same sentence, but a little bit different. So let's see what the differences are. So again, you can see this is the first one. This is the second one. Okay? It says, go husti nuk teno hana yi nulstana hi a judalena da julsketi dagi huh. Okay, so something unexpected happened. Go hust nuk teno hana nulstana. Something unexpected happened. It already happened. He ajudalenad julsked dagi huh. Okay, I had these different, various different things, important things, right? So you'll notice this one says dagi ha. This one says dagi huh. It's a very, very subtle difference. Dagi ha, dagi huh. Okay? Remember, we talked about that there are two ways to talk about the past in Cherokee. You can use an sound, or you can use an sound, but the sound typically means that it's in the reported past. It's not something that you yourself witnessed. So because of that, whenever it's in the I form, the first person, it always takes the because if you're talking about yourself, it can't be in the reported past. You had to have witnessed it if you yourself are the subject of the sentence, right? It has to be something that you yourself know. So the ending, even though, I guess it could theoretically happen, in spoken Cherokee it does not, okay? It doesn't make sense in spoken Cherokee. Although you could, as an academic exercise, you could, get it in doggy, I had it reportedly. But in spoken Cherokee, it's kind of an oxymoron. It doesn't make any sense. So it has to be doggy, huh? Okay? So let's look at this one. This is nole agine. Okay. Ost aditast ulsked. Okay. So this is, and then, water. Agine, I have a liquid, right? Osta aditast ulsked. Water, or water that's good to drink is important. Okay, so how do you think, based on what we did the last time, how do you think we would change this to say, and then I have water? Water is important to drink, or water that's good to drink is important. So how would you say, and then I had water? So let's see. Okay. So this is nole, agine, ost aditast ulsked. So that all didn't change. The only thing that changed was here. Went from agine to agine, agine. Okay. So the difference is the first one says I have water. The second one says I had water in the past, right? Agine. Okay, let's try this one. So, sku, also, gustot, a water sieve or a water filter, agiha, I have. So also, I have a water filter. So how would we change the sentence to say also, I had a water filter? Sku gustoti agiha. How would we change that to be in the past tense? Also, I had a water filter. I'll give you just a few seconds to see if you can guess what word we need to change and how we would change it. Okay, so if you guessed that this last word, agiha, needed to change, you are exactly correct. So how would you change agiha, I have it, to I had it? Let's see. So, sku gustoti agiha. Okay, I had a water filter. Also, I had a water filter. Sku gustoti agiha. Okay, so hopefully you got that right. If not, don't worry about it. Okay, okay, here's this one. Usti osi agiha. I have a small stove. So how would you change that to I had a small stove? Usti osi agiha means I have a little stove. Now we're wanting to change it to the past tense. I had a little stove. So again, what word would we change and how would we change it? Okay, so of course we would change this agiha, agiha. And how do you think we would change it? Let's see if you got it correct. Usti osi agi, agi, Okay, the sound changes to an So fairly simple, right? Not too crazy so far. All right. So let's see what this one says. This says, Galoque aguya ale ganitsku. Okay, so Galoque, a gun. Aquia, I have it. Ale, and Gotni, bullets. Tsku, as well. Okay? So I have a gun and also bullets. So again, we're wanting to change the sentence to say from saying I have a gun and bullets to I had in the past a gun and bullets. So again, I'm going to give you just a few seconds to figure out what word needs to change, or more than one word possibly, and how it is going to change. Okay? So if you chose Aquia, I have it, as being the word that needs to change in this sentence, you're exactly correct. Okay, so can you guess how Aquia is going to change? Let's see. Okay, so Galoque, Aquia, Ale, Gotni, Squu. Okay. So this one is a really, really hard word to hear the difference. Aquia and Aquia. They sound almost identical, really, right? Aquia, Aquia. Okay. Galoque, Aquia, Ale, Gotni, Squu. Okay. Okay. This sentence. Hayelste Aquia. Hayelste Aquia. I have a knife. Hayelste Aquia. So, and again, what word needs to change from I have a knife to I had a knife? Again, the verb is going to change. Aquia. Okay. And how are we going to change it? We're going to change it just like we did for the word gun, right? And it's going to become Hayelste Aquia. Okay. I had a knife. Okay. I have bandages. I have bandages. Okay. Di ja clun. Oh, let's. Di ja clun sto. Di ja clun sto. Di. Doggy no. Doggy no. Okay. We use doggy no because, of course, bandages are flexible, right? So, di ja clun sto. Di doggy no. I have bandages. How would we change? What word would we change, and how would we change from saying we want to say instead of I have bandages to I had bandages in the past tense? So again, if you chose this word here, you're exactly correct. How would you change it from I have them to I had them? Let's see. Okay, so this one you just add a huh to the end, okay? Di ja klus do ti, da gi na huh. Da gi na huh. Okay, da gi na huh. Di ja klus do ti, da gi na huh. Okay, here's this one here. Okay, he lusk di tlilos tanna, di go whale, jul sked, doggy no. Okay, so I have I have copies. I have copies of important papers, right? Okay. Hela's de klilostane, de go well, julsked, dagino. Okay. So this is, I have copies of important papers. How would you change that to I had, past tense, copies of important papers? What word needs to change, and how would you change it? Okay, if you chose this last word again, dagina, okay, that is the word that needs to change. And how would you change it from present tense to past tense? Okay, just like the one before, you just add a huh at the end, okay? Helast de klilostana, de go whale julsked, dagina, dagina. Okay, dagina. Okay, this one here, unikta, unikta, judalenerd, judalenerd, dagiha. Okay, so different kinds of seeds. I have different kinds of seeds. Unikta, judalenerd, dagiha. I have different kinds of seeds. How would you change this to I had different kinds of seeds? Okay, first, which word do we need to change? We would change dagiha. And how would we change it? Let's see. So if you guess that you're going to change the ha to huh, you are exactly correct. So unikta judalena dagiha, dagiha. Unikta judalena dagiha. Okay. I have several lights. Hilas di just dakwaya. Okay, I have several lights. And we know that we're talking about flashlights because it's using the long and rigid word here, because flashlights are kind of long and cylindrical, right? Dakwaya. So this is I have several lights. How would you change I have several lights to I had several lights? Okay, first let's decide which word needs to change. If you chose dakwaya, you're exactly correct. Okay, and dakwaya, how do you think that needs to change? It would change to dakwaya, dakwaya. He learns to just dakwaya. This one here, di nawa, juga nawa, dagina. Okay, di nawa, clothing, juga nawa, warm, dagina, I have them. So I have warm clothes, or I have warm clothing. How would we change this sentence from I have warm clothing to I had warm clothing? Again, let's choose which word needs to change. That's always the first good step, or a good first step. So we're going to change the verb from have to had. Okay, So dakina would change to what? Okay, if you guessed that you would add a huh at the end, di no wo, ju ga na wa, dakina huh, dakina huh. And that says I had warm clothing. Okay? This says Gawoniski agiha. I have a radio. Gawoniski, a talker, right? Gawoniski, so, a talker. Gawoniski agiha. I have a radio. And again, we're going to change that from I have a radio to I had a radio. Okay? So what word needs to change? We have a 50-50 shot here, right? So agiha, I have, needs to change to I had. And so how do you think agiha is going to change? If you guessed that ha becomes huh, you're exactly correct. Gawonishki agiha. Okay? So gawonishki agiha. I had a radio. All right, let's see what this one says. This says gal jo ta'i u hyrdli jahalugiski agina. Okay, gal jo is a tent. U hyrdli jahalugiski is like insulates or kind of protects from the cold. So an insulated tent, agina, I have. Okay, because of course the sides of the tent are flimsy. So agina, gal jota, uhyrdli, jahalugiski, agina. So that's I have an insulated tent. How would we change that to I had an insulated tent? Again, what word are we going to change? We're going to change agina, I have it. How are we going to change that to I had it? Okay, if you guessed that you're going to add a huh to the end, you're exactly correct. Gal jota uhyrdli jahalugiski aginaha. Aginaha. Okay, gal jota uhyrdli jahalugiski aginaha. Okay, let's see the next one. Okay, so let's read it. This says ju ne kaha, blankets. Dakina, I have blankets. Ju ne kaha, dakina. Okay. Some people use that to mean sheets rather than a blanket. And they prefer the word yegatli. Yegatli is a quilt, okay? Those are kind of coverings, okay? So really kind of anything you can use to cover yourself with. Could be tunekaha, takina. I have blankets. So how would we change that to the past tense to say, I had blankets. I had blankets. Okay, of course, this is the verb we're going to change, takina, right? And how are we going to change it? Okay, if you said that we're going to add a huh to the end, then you're exactly correct. Tunekaha, takinaha, takinaha. Okay, this one here. Okay, this says kakwate stoti, kakwate stoti, ale tikani doti da guya. Okay. So remember, kakwate stoti is a wrench. Ale and tikaniya doti is pliers. Tikaniya doti takwaya. I have. So I have a wrench and pliers. I have a wrench and pliers. How are we going to change that to the past tense? Which would be like, I had a wrench and pliers. Okay? So the first thing we need to do is decide which word changes. And of course, it's going to be takwaya, takwaya. And how is that going to change? It's going to become takwaya, takwaya. Okay? Kakwate stoti ale tikaniya doti takwaya. Okay? Kakwate stoti ale tikaniya doti takwaya. Okay? I had a wrench and pliers. Okay? So this right here. Talugisk astuistoti, astuistot. Talugisk astuistot. Something that opens cans, right? A can opener. Talugisk is a can. Astuistot. Astui is it's open. And then, of course, that stote means something used for that purpose. So something used for the purpose of opening cans, right? Talugisk astuistot aguya. Okay, so I have a can opener. So we're wanting to change that to I had a can opener. I had a can opener. Okay, so the word that we're going to change, of course, is aguya, aguya, aguya. And we're going to change that to aguya, aguya. Talugis astuistot aguya. I had a can opener. So hopefully this is getting easier for you. Talugis astuistot aguya. Okay, so we have this one here. Usti yitaka. If you have a baby, and really, I guess, for it to make sense, we really need to take that part out. Okay. Because really, it doesn't make sense in English to say, if you have a baby, I have baby food. Well, I mean, I guess it does, but it doesn't really mean the same thing. So, usti alstaiti, usti alstaiti, baby food, takiha, I have. So I have baby food, right? We're going to change that to say, I had baby food. I had baby food. Okay? So how do you think, what's the word we're going to change? Of course, dagiha is the word we're going to change. And how do you think we're going to change it? Okay? Of course, we're going to just change it from ha to huh. I had baby food. Usti alstaiti dagi, huh? Okay. Usti alstaiti dagi, huh? I had baby food. Okay. Sku igod juna se loti. Juna se loti. Dagi no. So I had, also I have some diapers. Okay, sku, igod, juna se loti. Okay, juna se loti. Dagina, I have diapers. So how are we going to change that to I had diapers? Of course, the word that's going to change is going to be this one right here, dagina. And how do you think that's going to change? How are we going to change that word? We're going to add huh to the end. Sku igad juna se lo di dakina, huh? Dakina, huh? Okay, good. So that says, also, I had some diapers. And we have this one. Digo whale, dakina. I have papers. Sku digo whale di dakwe. Also, I had pencils or something to write with. Digo whale dakwe. So I have papers. Also, I have something to write with. We're going to change that to say I had papers and I had something to write with. Okay? So if you guessed that we have to change two words in here, you're exactly correct. We have to change dagina and dakuya. Okay? So how do you think dagina will change? I think we have to add a huh to the end. How do you think dakuya will change? I think that ya becomes ya. Let's see. Okay? Digo huel dakina huh. Sku digo huelo dakuya. Okay? Dakuya. So, creating the past, at least for this, for the verb to have, is not all that difficult, right? We were able to, hopefully you were able to kind of see. If the word already ended in a ha, or a ya, then all you did is change the ah sound to an If it ended in na, then we had to, or ne, right? Agine, agine. Then we had to add huh to the end, okay? And it become agina, huh? And agine, huh? So, and then, of course, it's not in here, but agika, agika, to have something alive, right? And how do you think agika? So I could say git agika, I have a dog, right? How would we change agika to say I had a dog? I had a dog. Okay. Git agika. Okay, agika. We would add huh to the end. So that's how that would work. Okay? So we're going to look real quickly at these tables. So this is having something solid, right? Agiha, I have it. Jaha, uha, you have it. He or she has it. Giniha, we too have it, right? That you and I have it, right? Okiniha, we have it, but you don't. We too have it, but igiha, all of us have it. Okiha, we have it, but you don't. Stiha, you too have it. Ichiha, all of you have it. Uniha, they have it. Okay? And then to change that to had something solid, so agiha becomes agiha. Jaha becomes jaha or jahe, right? Uha becomes uha. Okay, giniha, giniha. Oginiha becomes oginiha. Igiha becomes igiha. Ogiha becomes ogiha. Stiha becomes stiha. Ijiha becomes ijiha. And uniha becomes uniha, right? So in this case, the ha becomes huh, or possibly he, where appropriate, right? To talk about reported past. Again, some communities and some speakers will use he kind of interchangeably in the past. Other speakers use it to refer to something that they did not themselves witness happening. Okay? All right. Here's having something alive. Agikon, I have it. Jakon, you have it. Uwekon, he or she has it. Ginikon, you and I have it. Oginikon, we too have it, but you don't. Igikon, all of us have it. Ogika, we have it, but you don't. Stika, you too have it. Ijika, all y'all have it. And unika, they have it. Okay? We're going to change that to the past tense. Okay? All we have to do is add huh at the end. Agikaha, takaha, uwekaha, ginikaha, oginikaha, igikaha, ogikaha, stikaha, idikaha, unikaha. Okay? To have something liquid. Agihne, I have it. Jahne, you have it. Uhne, he or she has it. Ginihne, You and I have it. Okinine. We have the two of us have it, but you don't. Ikine. All of us have it. Okine. We have it, but you don't. Stine. You two have it. Ijine. All y'all have it. Unine. They have it. Okay? So again, how do you think this is going to change? To put it in the past, we're going to add huh. Okay? Agineha, agineha, jatneha, uneha, ginineha, oginineha, igineha, ogineha, stineha, igineha, unineha. Right? Okay. For something long, aquia, I have something long. Zya, uwya, ginaya, oginaya, ikaya, okaya, stya, ijaya, unaya. Okay? So, aquia, I have it. Zya, you have it. Uwya, he or she has it. Ginaya, you and I have it. Oginaya, the two of us have it, but you don't. Ikaya, all of us have it. Okaya, we have it, but you don't. Stya, you two have it. Ijaya, all y'all have it. And unaya, they have it. Okay? And then to make it in the past, we're going to add, we're just going to change ya to ya. Okay? Aquaya, zya, uwaya, unaya, oginaya, ikaya, okaya, stya, ijaya, unaya. So this one here to me is the most difficult in sound. You know, okinaya and okinaya. See, it's very, very subtle. All right. For something flexible, akina, I have something flexible. Jana, you have something flexible. Una, he or she has it. Ginina, you and I have it. Oginina, the two of us have it, but you don't. Igina, all of us have it. Ogina, we have it, but you don't. Stina, you two have it. Ichina, you all have it. Unina, they have it. Okay? And then to put it in the past, all we have to do is put huh at the end. Okay? Or and to me this, it just kind of depends on the speaker. Akina'a, jana'a, or akina'a, or akinaha, jana'a, una'a, ginina'a, oginina'a, igina'a, ogina'a, stina'a, ijina'a, unina'a. Okay? I've also heard it done aginaha, janaha, unaha, gininaha, ogininaha, iginaha, oginaha, stinaha, ijinaha, uninaha. Okay, either way is perfectly fine. All right, that does bring us to the end of the time that we have today. I do want to say, Wadon, thank you so much for being here and going through this with me. Hopefully this has helped you make a little more sense out of it. So when we come back, we will continue to talk about classifying verbs. I know it's a lot of fun. However, classifying verbs are very important because they're verbs that we use almost every day. So from all of us here at Cherokee Nation and RSU TV, I want to say, well, don't dago honey.